Insta360 have 3 cameras that do similar things, so choosing which one to buy isn't an easy decision. So how do these 3 camera designs differ, and why would you choose one camera over the other? Let's take a look. The X3 stands vertically and it has a narrow body which makes it super compact and lightweight, and it is the most pocket-friendly 360 camera out of all 3. It has an integrated 1/4 inch thread so you can mount it on your selfie stick and there are no adjustments to make. The camera stays straight and the selfie stick stays hidden in your shots. Insta360 cameras have in the past been slated for their poor audio, including by me. But the audio on the X3 is way superior to all of their other cameras. And the audio you can hear now is from the Insta360 X3 using the internal mic, and you can easily add an external mic to the X3 as well, like the Rode Wireless Go, which takes the audio to another level again. The great audio and the easy setup of the X3 on a selfie stick makes it perfect for vlogging on the move. The X3 has a large screen which makes it easier to navigate through the menu and change the settings, and it's also great for playing back your clips. And the screen works well in bright sunlight, which makes it really practical. The large screen isn't really a benefit for framing your 360 shots, but with the X3 you also have single lens mode, and the large screen makes framing your shots in this mode a lot easier. Although this isn't a spec comparison video between these 3 cameras, I do want to point out some noteworthy features of each camera, and with the X3 it's Me mode. Me mode uses the 360 lenses to create a reframed video with no editing needed. You just press record and hold the camera out in front of you, you stop recording and you have a shot that's ready to use. The X3 also has a quick menu button, and in here you can store all of your favorite settings under different headings and access them quickly. Of course, as with any camera, there are some drawbacks with the X3. The larger screen does give you another thing that can get broken, which added to the lenses makes the camera more vulnerable. From a mounting perspective, you can attach this to any mount, but on some mounts it does feel more vulnerable because it sticks out, which makes it easier to knock, plus you have more wind resistance if you're using it on like a helmet mount. This camera is a great all-rounder and it can be used in most situations, including action, and it's very easy to carry with you. And it has to be said, it's my favourite out of the 3. The One RS is geared much more towards shooting action, and if you do buy the RS, the Twin Edition is the most cost-effective package to go for because it comes with the 360 lens and the 4K booster lens. This camera is the same form factor as the GoPro, so it's perfect for mounting as an action camera. And you can take advantage of all the mounts easily as it has a built-in finger style mount, so for action use this gives you a more secure fit to your mounts. But it also comes with a 1/4 inch thread adapter so you can attach it easily to other threaded mounts as well. The mount design does mean that the camera moves, so if it's not kept straight on your selfie stick, the stick will show up in your shots, and this is something you'll have to check every time you use your camera. You can also plug a wireless mic into this camera using an adapter, and because of the action camera design it's a lot easier to mount a mic on top of the camera as well. The camera has a lower profile than the X3 and it's more compact, so it gives you less wind resistance when it's mounted for action, and generally it's just more robust and solid. The screen is half the size of the X3 and this does make it a bit fiddly, especially if you have wider fingers. But this does have its flip side, and the smaller screen does make it less vulnerable in one way because you've got less glass to get smashed. You do have a quick menu with this camera, but it's accessed via the LCD screen and not via a separate button, so the design isn't as good as the X3. And also when you use the 4K boost mod you can zoom in live whilst you're recording, and this is also done via the LCD screen. You have full 360 capability with this camera, but the benefit over the X3 is that it's a modular system. So if you don't want to shoot in 360 and you know the type of shot you want to get and the direction that you're filming in, then you can switch out the 360 lens for the 4K boost lens. And this will give you a faster workflow because your shots are ready to use straight out the camera and no reframing is needed. And the 4K boost lens gives you a lot more slow motion options as well. The biggest disadvantage for me with this modular design is that you have so many pieces to carry around with you. You have the camera body, the battery, the lenses, and then the camera cage which holds everything together. I personally find the modular system a bit of a faff, but a lot of people like how versatile it is, so it just depends on your needs. Now the 1 inch 360 camera is in a different category in many ways. Firstly, it's more expensive than the other 2 cameras, and I'd say that it's aimed at the aspiring professional or the semi-professional or even the professional user, depending on the type of stuff that you shoot. Unlike the other two cameras, this is definitely not an out-and-out action camera. It's quite bulky and heavy, and the lenses are huge. Because of the size and the weight of this camera, there are a lot less mounts that you can use, and when it is mounted, it is more vulnerable. You can mount it on a strong selfie stick or a monopod or a robust clamp, but it's not appropriate for a helmet mount or a chest mount, as it's just too big and heavy. You mount the camera with the integrated 1/4" thread at the base, which is built into the battery. So like the X3, this will stay straight on your selfie sticks. There's no need to adjust it once you've attached it. And this camera has 1" Leica sensors, and as a result takes superior photos and videos, especially in low light. And this camera has been a popular choice for those wanting to do virtual tours, but it's also just for those that want a higher quality camera that you can take your time with to craft some nice shots. This is the least pocket friendly out of all three of these cameras, and because of its vulnerability, you'll need a robust case to protect the lenses. This is built on the foundations of the RS camera, so it still has that modular design, and this means that you could also use the 4K boost lens with this camera as well, and the standard 360 lens. So for that reason as well, if the modular route is the way you want to go, then this camera is worth considering. Let me know in the comments which 360 camera is your favourite, and I'll see you in the next video.